A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Myself and Beast Coast have teamed up with Wealthfront to tell you a little bit about Wealthfront's investment services.
Oh God! How did I get here? I am bad at finances. How do I invest?
Relax! With all the hubbub going on about investment in the news, you're probably a little bit curious about what you can do to save for your future. Wealthfront makes everything super easy to do by taking your money and investing it in a diverse portfolio of assets. Decades of data shows that investing in a globally diversified portfolio of low-cost index funds is one of the best ways to put your savings to work. No matter your level of knowledge of financial markets or how money works, you can rest easy. Wealthfront takes care of all of it. Do I really have to do anything? Nah, you don't gotta do anything after you open and fund your account. No, really, they'll take care of it for you. Wealthfront offers a range of investment account types, the most popular being a taxable account and IRAs or retirement accounts. They have software designed by PhDs that will manage it for you and employ strategies like rebalancing to keep you at your desired risk threshold. The software also looks for opportunities to lower your tax bill through a strategy called tax loss harvesting. Well, what if I want more control? See, that's the nice thing about Wealthfront. You can do what you want with your money, how you want it. Wealthfront will create a portfolio based on your individual risk tolerance, but if you'd rather build your own portfolio, you can do that through Wealthfront too. This is great for those of you who want all the benefits of an automated investing platform, but want a little more freedom with what you're invested in. So if you want to put more of your money in tech, or maybe healthcare, or maybe you're really into clean energy, now you can use Wealthfront to build a portfolio based on the sectors you really believe in. How do I get started? In a few minutes, and for as little as $500, you can open an investment account. There's an annual management fee of 0.25% of your assets in the portfolio. But if you sign up using the link down in my description box, Wealthfront will manage your first $5,000 for free for life. So let's say you only invest $10,000. If you do the math, that means they'll manage the rest of that for a monthly fee of $1. Pretty good, right? So does all of this sound good to you? Once again, go to my link at invest.wealthfront.com/carcinogen in the description below and get started for as little as $500. Thanks Wealthfront for sponsoring this video. This video is intended as a game walkthrough. It is not a speedrun. All strategies in this video were made for efficiency and success rate. Please watch the entire video and listen carefully to the commentary before trying any of these strategies for yourself. Hello everyone, this is a no-damage playthrough of Resident Evil 2 Remake Leon A on hardcore difficulty. I've decided to redo some of my old no-damage runs. So I decided to try Leon A again, but this time I'm actually doing a route that is slightly quicker. This isn't a speed run,
right?
But
Don't move.
I still wanted to see what I could do to cut as much time down as I could and still have a very, very, very safe, very high percentage of success. So first up, we're going to wait for that zombie to hit the wall. We're going to go around and exit. If we do not wait for the zombie to hit the wall, if he is like even a pixel too early, then he will spin around and he will mess our shit up. And we don't want that.
Attention all citizens.
This is out of control.
So typical completion for no damage runs that I've done up to this point usually takes about hour and a half for like the safer strats, but the strats that are still successful but maybe not quite as safe and actually turn out to be faster are that actually cuts out about like a good 20 minutes or so. So I finished this playthrough in about an hour and 6 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 more Leon A no damage runs. I'm going to title this one the quick way, and I'm going to title the next one the safe way. But on the safe way, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play that run with a controller, and I will actually not get grabbed or be put into any situation where I use defense items.
Open up! Open this goddamn door!
So it'd be like a full-on no-hit run. So here, this is in fact a speedrun dodge. If you pause, then the thread where the zombie is still bashing down the door is still happening. So it's kind of like a countdown timer, basically. You can also just run right past Babs and Yoshiaki Hirabayashi here.
Does anyone know what started this?
The really loud screaming female zombie, I just call her Babs.
This is not how I imagined my first day.
And the other zombie, who appears to be modeled after a Japanese person, is in fact the producer of this game, Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. I'm not going to pick up those handgun bullets just yet. There's a little bit more inventory management this time around. So I'm not picking up quite so many handgun bullets. But yeah, basically for this run, you know, I'll use quicker stuff. I'll use, like, you know, a lot more of the cheesier knife strats. I'll be using defense items to counter whenever I get grabbed and whatnot. We're just going to run straight past the zombie and the vending machine. We're going to run past this guy as well. We're never returning to this whole area after the second time we pass through, so we don't even need to board up the window. We'll shoot this guy in the leg. We'll go up. Ignore those handgun bullets. We actually don't need those yet. If we pick them up, they'll choke up our inventory. I put the spade key in slot number 1. By taking this route, which is going to go up through the library and exit with a riskier dodge,
Leon, it's Marvin. I need you back here.
I get my spade key usages out of the way.
I've got something to show you.
I gotta angle this way, dash down. Hopefully Misty over here doesn't, no, she actually did grab, which is fine. This guy is still pretty docile though. The big dude over here is still pretty docile. It's actually quite okay that we got grabbed by Misty here, because it means that we can retrieve the knife later, and we can get away with having one knife at half durability and still be able to have enough durability on both our knives to beat Birkin 1. I put the lion emblem in the second slot, and then go ahead and get rid of the storage key here. Then we'll go ahead and use the spade key here, and we don't need to use the spade key again for the rest of the game. Still got to run over here and grab the weapon card key. Just go ahead and stick that in slot 3.
Marvin?
We're going to stick the bolt cutters here
I'm surrounded by zombies.
in the first slot because we
Marvin,
got to
you
use that
copy?
3 times.
Marvin.
And it's better to just go ahead and mash through it.
Damn it.
The general rule of thumb is any key item that you have to use more than once is probably better off stuck in the first slot, while the second, third, and fourth items that you would pick up that you generally only use once, you would just like stick around the first slot. So you would stick those into slots 2, 5, and 6, so that you just like use them really quickly, like so. I put the valve in slot 6. then I put that there. Actually, I was supposed to put the valve in slot 5 because it would position it so that the next item that we would pick up after we use the valve handle, the next key item we pick up, would wind up being one of the medallions. And I do fix that later, so would have been better overall. Fortunately, Mr. Safety over here is in this hallway, so we don't gotta worry about like not knowing how much space is around the corner when he shows up. Which is very, very good because we would have had to use a knife against him. Get that flash grenade there. We'll stick it in our last slot. And yeah, so our friend who was getting the beef jerky earlier, we're going to run this way, and then we're going to get the side pack. 9, 15, 7. Got this, and he's probably going to bash through the door, and if he does not, we just got to be ready for him. Oh, he tripped, and this other guy is still getting up, so this was actually an insanely lucky setup. And as soon as I realized what was happening, I decided to go ahead and take the chance that I might be able to get past the second zombie. The one-armed bandit over there. He actually followed us right in. Still looking for our friend. We could get away with using an extra flashbang here. It was our other defense item. Normally I would save as many grenades and flash grenades as I can against Super Tyrant, but because we're using a slightly riskier strat against Super Tyrant that allows us to use fewer grenades, although we still use grenades against him, it means that I have a little bit more leeway as to which grenades that I can actually pick up, because several of these grenades can take like an upwards of like 30 seconds to pick up, which is like a lot of time actually. So yeah, you can't get that grenade anymore, but once you've lost that grenade forever. Once you've used it as a counter item, but what can you do? Once we exit here, we're going to walk. We're going to walk, and we're going to break into a run once the blood spatter over here ends. We'll solve this puzzle over here. It'll be Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. Previously notated in previous commentaries as fish, lobster, water. Got another knife. There's our other knife. We need to get that back. If I wanted to go even riskier, I could actually just go straight for the shotgun headshots. One thing that's different though, which I don't think that I was actually doing in like the last no damage runs of Resident Evil 2 I uploaded, was I've been shooting zombies in the legs in order to score a stun, which will actually allow me enough time to run up to them and shoot them in the head. So it makes it quick and easy to take all these guys out. And make sure that we blast Matt Walker on the way out, because he will get in our way while we're running away from the liquor. Yeah, that zombie is modeled after Matt Walker, who is the producer of Devil May Cry 5. So if our inventory is done correctly, all of our medallions should end up in slots 1, 2, and 5. Giving us the least number of cursor movements that we would need to make in order to solve the puzzle. Also, the liquor, you could see that I oriented myself up and right towards the column, and I just like kind of strafed left. And in doing so, whenever he jumps, it just completely whiffs. Pretty handy thing to remember if you're just passing through an area like once. What the heck was that? Was that like, I don't know, there's like a cloud above that puzzle. That was interesting. We're gonna put away the flashbang, and we're gonna put away the spade key, and we're gonna go down. We got our knives. Just had to double check and make sure that the knife that I had equipped was the one with the most durability. We can get away with exactly one knife counterattack in the RPD and still have enough to be able to do the 120 FPS strat. So next up, we're going to angle down, and basically the way that we're angling, the knife will slash upwards.
Gotta take it down.
And in doing so, it actually scores the highest number of hits against Birkin. If you're facing Birkin directly, though, then you'll actually do fewer hits, so that's why I have it angled to the side like that. It's because the arc of the knife swing has to like collide with Birkin's hitbox as much as possible.
Somebody's watching me.
The strat that I did there, you have to lock at 120 FPS. If you go any higher, then the first knife, the one with the higher durability, will break, and then when Birkin grabs you, you would be forced to use the other knife. So consequently, that would mean that you have to finish him off with handgun bullets, and that would turn out to be a lot riskier. So yeah, at higher the way that works is at higher frame rates, the knife does more damage, or more hits rather. It doesn't do more damage. It does more damage per second as a result of dealing more hits. But as far as like the raw damage output, that doesn't change. You just do more hits, and because of those more hits, your knife durability also runs out faster. So if you blow your load too quickly, so to speak, then you will use up the knife too fast, and you won't be able to use what little durability you have left on that knife as a counterattack for whenever Birkin grabs you.
Hey! I'm not done talking to you.
I like to blow the head off of that zombie on the ground, but I actually wait until later to blow the head off, because that way I could use the shotgun against like some significantly riskier zombies. We'll stick the crank in slot 1. And because I used a flash grenade earlier, I'm going to go into the mortuary and grab an extra one. I was actually going to avoid grabbing the flash grenade this run. I'd like to do another one of these, like another run like this, because I would like to see if I could get a no damage run, like a no damage run with reasonably safe strats in under an hour. Just as like a little, just as like a fun little personal challenge. It wouldn't exactly be a no damage speedrun, because you know it's like when you look at like the way that that speedrun strats are, you know, if an actual speedrun gets the world record again, then it's going to be no damage. Like the theoretical fastest speedrun time would mean that you cannot take any damage anyway. So there's no reason to make a no damage run into a speedrun if you're not even using, you know, it's like if you're not even using the fastest strats anyway, why even call it a speedrun? But no one said I couldn't do a no damage run just a little bit quicker, just for the fun of it. But yeah, once I hit sub hour, then you know that would be like my goal for this challenge. Pop this guy after he comes over the wall here. And another dog is going to come out of the vent. We'll pop it too. Leaves us 4 shotgun shells, which is exactly enough shotgun shells to be able to get through the zombies on the floor above. By the way, you might have noticed water leaking through like several spots in the wall. And the places where the water is leaking is actually where the toilets overflowed on the floor above. Because technically this part of the RPD is right under it. Look at the map if you don't believe me. Also, I don't pick up any gunpowders here because the actual shotgun shells, the actual yield of shotgun shells that we get here is like negligible. So generally, as long as you budget like 4 handgun bullets per zombie stun, then there's a very high chance that you will get through killing the zombie without like too much difficulty. And there was only like 2 zombies that we needed to stun there, so you know the nine bullets that I had was enough. And fortunately, they seem to stun pretty quickly every time I go through that area. I don't know if it means that zombies have like the same, like if a certain zombie, because I know different zombies have different HP values overall. I don't know if it means that they have different stun values, like different sets of stun values. Might be something worth looking into, but I don't think the SRT actually takes into account stun values. Picked up the shotgun shells. I wanted to put the gold gear into slot 1 because we actually have to use that multiple times. I got that flash grenade there. The way I've routed this, I don't actually need to use the item box in the next room over. I can just get rid of whatever's in the inventory. We'll flick this lever here, and because the zombies are currently stuck in another state of animation, if we're quick enough, we can just like run right up to them and blast them in the face. We want to get rid of that crank there, because it's like exactly in the right item slot that we need that club key in. We can also go ahead and get rid of the knife. As far as using flash grenades as defense items, I would say that it's like incredibly risky. We're gonna aim at this piece of rubble here on the wall. We'll aim at his hat. Jesus Christ! And if we positioned ourselves exactly right, then Mr. X would lunge punch. And it would be done in such a way that as soon as we see the animation start up, we drop our aim and just like swing right on by. We want that flash grenade there as well because our exit through the RPD is actually going to be through the second floor where we picked up the gold cog. If you take the route where you go upstairs through the library and you break through the floor, then it prevents you from taking that shortcut again. You can't just like drop down. While this zombie is going in through the window, we're going to unlock the door so that when we turn around and go back, he will be flat on his back. We want that because, reason being, if we try to decapitate him while he is going through the window, it will actually not kill him. So you want that. You want to wait on that.
Shit.
Mr. X pops through that door there, then you know I just shoot his hat off in order to make him walk faster. So it's less time spent trying to get around him. Because he goes where I want him to go faster. Also, you probably saw that I put the jack handle in the 5th slot, replacing the club key directly below the gold gear, so that I could quickly use it on this next screen over here. I did not actually set up the this here. Well, I pushed it once, but now I just got to push it 2 more times. Mr. X is fortunately not moving too quickly. I'm actually not sure what AI state he's in, whether he's pissed off or not. Pop this guy in the leg. Go for the headshot. Go for another headshot. That's good. We have no idea where Mr. X is going to be whenever we exit here, so we gotta just pay attention. And depending on where he is, that will determine whether we go through the library or whether we go through the other attic room. If you remember from last time, stair skating is when you raise and lower your gun repeatedly. It gives Leon a little bit of an extra kickoff at the start of his movement animation on the stairs, so save about, like, you know, 0.2 seconds every time you go up and down the stairs that way.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
Before we exit, I'm going to grab this gunpowder here. So I can mix up some more shotgun shells. There's not very many places where we have to actually mix up shotgun shells, but I actually really do want to mix up shotgun shells. Mr. X is over there, so it means that we are going to take the slightly longer way through, which is going to be through the library. But fortunately, there is a yellow gunpowder on the way to the basement. So I use this to my advantage. It's actually safer to get that yellow gunpowder going this way. We're also not going through the RPD a 3rd time. Directly to the right over here. Combine that, we got 6 off the top. I have no idea where that zombie is. Didn't see him, so I panned the camera left a little bit. One thing that I really wish you could do in these new over-the-shoulder Resident Evils was actually click the right stick and be able to, like, change which shoulder you're looking over so that you can actually see around corners. Instead of having the character just, like, solely positioned on the left. We're just going to go ahead and gun down these dogs here. I found that the best and easiest way to gun down at least 1 or 2 dogs is to pop over there. We'll see left, dog on the left, dog on the right. Is he going to jump up? Sure is. So as long as they're not, like, too far away, you can just pop the dog once. Usually takes it down, and because we have enough shotgun shells, use that opportunity to decapitate that zombie. Unfortunately, the only the only reasonably fast way to do the semiconductor puzzle is to get our semiconductor boxes in slot 1 and slot 6. It works out okay overall, I suppose.
What are they after?
That is precisely the reason why I probably won't ever do any actual speedruns of this game. Because the movement is so shoddy that I can't really dodge zombies half the time, which is why I just do these no damage strats instead. So I guess the reason why I'm doing something like this is because it's about as close it's about as close as I want to do to actual speedrun strats. I just have more fun this way. And that's all that matters in video games. I still get to have fun. I still get to show you guys cool things to do in video games. Maybe someday, if I properly learn how this game controls, I might consider the idea of doing a speedrun, but like an actual full-on speedrun, but not anytime soon.
Unfortunately, no. Ben didn't come through.
It's like if the game, if you keep tapping W and S after performing a complete turn over and over again, the direction in which Leon uses to spin around is
Going through that gun shop looks like the only way.
actually going to be completely random each time. So you don't really have any agency over how Leon turns. And sometimes whenever you press A at the wrong time, Leon will just do, you know, Leon or Claire will just do like, you know, some weird crazy stuff.
What a mess.
And it just makes moving in a straight line just really, really difficult. But more importantly, it makes it really inconsistent. So we want that shotgun barrel, we want that grenade, we want those handgun bullets. I actually probably didn't even need the handgun bullets, truth be told, because now that we have the barrel for the shotgun, it means that we can shoot zombies at a longer range.
Turns people into indestructible monsters.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
And that's why I'm looking for a method. She's this is what we get to.
Based on what you've said, the sewer seems fitting. Gee, thanks. Can't imagine a real scientist being down here.
I think if I try this again, I'm going to try it without.
Come on, sewers are run.
I'm going to try it without picking
How
up
could they have a facility without the authorities knowing?
the side pack. And let's see if that forces me to do like some different strats. Maybe not using the handgun quite so much.
What the hell?
Over here, we're gonna drop both of our slots of grenades. We're gonna drop the club key.
Again?
It completely cinches our usage of the club key,
No chance.
or usage of the box for the rest of the sewer area. We'll hold A. Croc is going to attack. Hold D. Croc is going to attack twice. Hold A again. Crack that. Pick up the grenade.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
I actually wanted to put that grenade in slot 4.
Leon, up here.
What the hell was?
Just get up here. Can't say I didn't warn you.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point. I'm just impressed you made it in one piece.
So let me get this straight. Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous. You can run, Annette, but you can't hide. It's secret weapon time.
So for here, we're going to start use of the EMF visualizer. Before we drop down, we got to flip that switch so that the door will open. We're going to ignore this zombie because we're not going to deal with any of the other zombies. Thus, we're going to beat that zombie to the elevator before any of the others head us off. It's pretty consistent strategy, all things considered. I guess a generally good strategy is to just never use the A and D keys unless you're ready to commit to that direction. Oh, that was good. It actually stunned him in one shot. Got to check and make sure Misty isn't rolling up on us on the left. You could probably see our friend moving in the background.
Got it.
And beat him to the elevator.
Always been good at running, Annette. Even that.
As long as you don't stop to shoot any zombies, you can just make it to that elevator pretty fast because you're always in motion. Flick that over there so that we can bust open that fan. If you mash the attack button, then the EMF visualizer will work a little bit faster. Not like much faster, but it'll work like fast enough.
Bravo. Gonna burn him alive, huh?
You'll never get your filthy hands on the G.
Sorry,
I'm
one
not the
moment.
only one after it. You realize that?
And you won't die alone.
I was trying to see if there was a way that I could actually do the video capture a little smoother there. Sorry about that. The black screen there. It's not like there was anything important going on in this part of the video anyway.
What she's doing?
Visitor clearance confirmed. Your ID is authorized until October.
It'll come out a little
1st.
scrappy
Please return before this date.
for all you guys watching at home, but I hope you can forgive me. Not like I kept any cutscenes anyway. Gonna have another run with cutscenes anyway. I'll move out to the right.
Where are you?
Take the elevator up. Our inventory is already set up. Should have like 4 shotgun shells here.
That's a pleasant smell.
Don't gotta worry about shooting this guy. As long as we didn't go to get the shotgun shells, he'll just stay right there. We just hug that railing in order to get around him. And then we'll, like shot that guy with the handgun. Squeeze right by him too. I was actually supposed to have a few more handgun bullets, but it's okay. I'll pick up some more in just a moment. I avoided those zombies because I don't gotta worry about them. So whenever you shoot that G mutant there is an up and a down animation, like an up part of the animation and a down part of the animation. So when it shoots up, that's the up part. When it's landing after shooting up, that's the down part of the animation. During the up part of the animation, while he's shooting out of the water, that's when he will stun you if you try to run past him. And if he stuns you, it's always going to be long enough for him to follow up with a grab. So if you get followed up with a grab, you're screwed and you have to like bait him out. So you gotta wait for like the down part of the animation to actually run by him. But that's why I keep the handgun for this section, is so that I can poke G mutants. We want the T-bar handle in our slot 1. Now Mr. Safety over here. Hirabayashi-san over here again. Pull that lever. Take the hand grenade. Never actually met Hirabayashi, so maybe Hirabayashi-shi might be more appropriate. I'm not sure. In order to get past this G-Mutant, we actually have to move completely perpendicular to wherever he comes out. If you try to angle yourself going towards the ledge, then he will collide with you while he is on his way out the pipe, and then he will follow up with a grab. So move perpendicular respective to where he is coming out of the pipe, not in a straight line towards the ledge. Otherwise you'll get grabbed. You want to grab that rook plug over here and then turn straight around. I have one more shotgun shell than I'm supposed to have. If you're sitting on a ledge, they cannot attack you to begin with, but if you pop them while you're on a ledge, then they'll go back underwater. And during that animation where they're going underwater, where they just like kind of wobble their head and they just like, you know, go back underwater, that's going to be your cue to run past them, so they don't just like pop up like further along. So yeah, once you get to being able to recognize that animation, you can just run around them really easy. G-Mutants in general are actually like surprisingly easy to get around as long as you stick to the same route. And you just know what to do, like, you know, pop them to get them out of the water, pop them to get them back in the water, use a grenade to bypass. We're gonna pop this one out of the water, up, down. Here's the down. We're out of, nearly ran out of handgun bullets, but if you pop that G-Mutant in the neck there like I just did, that's actually a speedrun strat. My backup strat would have been to use the grenade that I picked up. But if you pop that one in the neck, then it goes into the water a little faster. Like it just trips and it just goes into the water. Otherwise, if it didn't work, then I was just going to bait him into grabbing me, because a little known, subtle little mechanic with the grenade. Oh shoot! I'm supposed to decapitate that guy. But a little known, subtle mechanic with the grenade compared to the flash grenades and the knife is that whenever you use the hand grenade on a G mutant, Leon doesn't kick off of the G mutant. So it means that you are closer and Leon recovers quicker if he counters with a hand grenade as opposed to a knife or a flash grenade. Consequently, that means that you are able to run around the G mutant for free immediately after using it, as long as your movement is, you know, not terrible. So if I run the magnumless route, like I'm doing here, that's basically what I do. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll just call this video "No Damage Magnumless." Bash into the water. His recovery time is super long. I tried to get around it, but I got stunned. I'm about to show you that grenade in action. There's that extra stun. Actually, it's that extra stun. Leon does like kick away from him, but because it takes a little bit longer for the stun from the hand grenade to proc, I guess, you're just able to squeeze around him a little quicker. And then just run through everything else. And then drop down. This guy's gonna charge us like a linebacker. He's gonna swing, he's gonna go under. Whenever they do like the linebacker charge like that, and they go back under the water, whenever they come out of the water, they will not actually stun you. So basically, if they miss their linebacker charge, then that's a free exit for you. But that one always opens with a linebacker charge. Nope, I almost went without getting my the stock for the shotgun. 2, 12, 8. One could do this reasonably safely without the stock for the shotgun. Could do a no damage run, but getting the stock, you know, taking like the 10 seconds or so to get the stock. Actually, it's more like 15 seconds or so to get the stock will actually make G3 a lot easier. Before we go to fight G2, though, we are going to drop the T-shaped tool. We'll drop the grenade. We'll drop the handgun. We don't need that handgun anymore, and we'll take one of our stacks of 3 grenades. Put down the queen plug. Put down the king plug. Take the knight plug. Put down the rook plug. Use the knight plug, and that leaves the bishop plug over here.
Okay, almost there, Ada.
One, 2, 4. And we'll run to the end of this hose in order to trigger that claw. I actually don't know how to use a grenade to advance this. That's probably going to be another thing that I practice in another revision later. Is like how to get this grenade strat. Otherwise, I'm just using the flamethrower to try to get Birkin to pull his claw up a little faster. Birkin bust through, we're going to get ourselves down to 300 fuel here. And in doing so, it will, our proximity will actually get Birkin on a pattern where he won't catch up to us whenever we drop down here. That's why I stopped to use the flamethrower there. But it'll still preserve his HP. Alright, so we're going to hit that button, and we're going to toss overhand, flashbang. Torch him down to about like 200, but we'll just keep torching. While he's going down, we're going to grab the rest of these things, and then we'll get down to 100 fuel. Get ready our flash grenade here. And then we'll use the rest of this tank of flamethrower fuel.
Now I got you.
Which will stun him again, and also get him to under 12,000 HP. Which will make the container just kill him outright. Every time he gets hit with a container, it's 7,000 HP gone, but we actually want to finish him in one cycle, just because quicker in this case is safer.
The cable car will take us down to Nest. My wristband's our ticket to ride.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
Borrowed it. Anyway, we're almost there. This may be a one-way ride, so be prepared, Leo.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
We're going to get an insane number of shotgun shells in the laboratory, by the way.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. Enjoy your visit.
So we head into the cafeteria here. We're going to grab the hand grenade, fuel for the flamethrower.
Using our latest biological research. Please enjoy our tasty selection of healthy foods.
Actually, I wanted that gunpowder. I have no idea why I just ran right by it. That zombie is only vulnerable in his head. There's also like no reason for me to pick up that knife whatsoever. I'm just gonna cramp my inventory. We need that regulator though, for sure. Also that wristband.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested.
Put away the flamethrower and put away the
By Chief Cartwright
grenades
in the
here.
East area.
Keep our knife here though. this yellow gunpowder and combine it. Get 5 shotgun shells. We're basically just mixing big gunpowders every time. 2, 0, 6, 7. I wish I could have just used the mouse on this puzzle. 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll take the herbicide over here.
Manual mode engaged.
Red, green, blue, red, green,
Adjust
blue,
amount
red,
of
green, blue.
solution to match cartridge capacity.
Take the grenade. Take the gunpowder. These fat gunpowders are gonna give us a lot of shells. And then just hand them out like candy. We're gonna use that second fat gunpowder on the yellow gunpowder at the top of the stairwell, coming up in a second. Decapitate all 3 of these zombies, get them out of the way. If you go this way, you can actually angle similarly to the way we dodged that first liquor in the attic of the RPD. If you angle towards the wall and just do like that same diagonal dodge, it will actually work exactly the same. I didn't do that because I learned about it after I did this run. Shoutouts to Matt DeRock for finding it. Watch out for our friend over here. Liquors are generally super risky to get around. I actually kind of wonder if there's a quick, safe way to kill these guys. One could stun lock them with a knife, but I don't think that that's really safe either. Because I went into the save room upstairs, basically I just made it so that I only have to kite one of these guys around.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee. You have 5 new messages.
Who left the freezer open?
Cooling complete.
I'm gonna walk back through here. Take your time. Take that. Combine those. Take that. We already have a knife in our inventory, so we're good to go. We want to use the knife for 2 reasons. One, to cut the bulbs on the ivies so that after we use the herbicide, we can use the knife on the bulbs in order to keep them from getting up whenever we have to run away from Mr. X. And the second reason is in case we get grabbed by an ivy, you know, it's a fluke, we can get away with stabbing it and escaping.
That did the trick.
Warning.
Slash these bulbs.
A dangerous solution.
Actually, I didn't even slash them, I just shot the bulbs.
Have been logged, and you may be subject to
If you get grabbed by an ivy, it actually takes,
disciplinary measures.
it actually gives you a very slight grab immunity.
Shit! Him again?
I didn't even do any of the strat that I was just talking about. I just decided to shoot these guys. Yeah, that was hella risky and hella lucky what I did there. The alternative is getting waxed by Mr. X. So, did what I could, did it well. But now that I know that slashing the ivies is a better option, I've started doing that since then.
Hopefully the G sample's up here.
Use the item box here. We're going to drop the we're going to drop whatever that was and just pick up our flamethrower, reload it. All you need for the Birkin fight is the flamethrower, a knife, and the shotgun. There is an attack where he can pin you down and you'd be forced to counter with a knife. But we want to make sure that it doesn't come to that. So we got now 18 shotgun shells, which is actually more than enough to be able to do the fight.
All right, now back to Ada.
Attention. Unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected. Facility
So the strat that I wound up going with
self-destruct
for Birkin here is very similar to the old one.
Class A breach.
The catch is we just got to be a lot closer
Until target
in order to deal like the actual a reasonable amount of damage. Yeah, you can see like I missed the crap out of that third eye, but if you shoot his back eye, then you can actually maneuver over to the left eye pretty fast. We're gonna take our flamethrower down to 160. And we'll reload the flamethrower with the fuel that's like over to the left here. And then I'm gonna try to bait out a jump or bait out the 4-piece. But I was too close, so I decided to make that dodge. We got a jump. If he jumps like that, we're going to take out his back eye. We don't want to be too close. Somehow I got really, really lucky here, and I think I scored a crit on the shoulder eye, which I guess is a thing that can happen with the shotgun if you hit it like dead on. Popping the eyes with the shotgun doesn't really do too much damage though, so this is like about the next best thing you can do. long as we get Birkin, as long as we get down to, like, you know, 40 fuel or something like that, then Birkin should be at 1 HP while he's pulling the panel off the wall. When he's pulling the panel off the wall, that's we can't initiate his kill trigger, so we have to wait for him to pull the panel off the wall completely before we can actually kill him. But we can whittle his HP down while he's pulling the panel down off the wall, so he can be at like 1 HP. Just gotta wait for his pattern to resume after that. So at this point, we've gotten every grenade basically that we can get up to this point.
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention. To the bottom level train platform. Attention. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. 9 minutes until destination. Initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
There's 2 more Groots over here that we actually have to shoot. Pop that one. Pop that one. We'll go through the door over here. Mr. X is going to jump out directly in front of us.
Is this a fucking joke?
Here's our final item box use. We're going to put away both of our main weapons, and we're just only going to use sub-weapons for the rest of this fight. No knives either. We want to equip the hand grenades first. So here's how the strat works. We're going to wait for him to finish roaring at us, and then we're going to throw a grenade. He'll either move forward or backwards. Because he moved backward, we're just going to stand our ground. Now he's going to pop directly in front of us, but we want to get out of the way because he could actually 180 swing us here. And because we're at mid-range here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand right in front of him like that and bait out a swing. Basically, as soon as we see him move even a little bit, that's when we start moving forward ourselves, because it basically guarantees he's going to do a forward swing if you stand in that position. I got really, really close that time. That was terrifying. There's the Air Jordan. That means he's basically just going to be doing that like every time, like every 2 grenades or so. See, I moved too early. That's what happened there. But he Air Jordan, so it actually kind of worked out. That was actually really sloppy. I got to practice this strat a lot more. But you can see, like, now instead of using quite so many grenades to keep stunning him, I'm actually running down the timer a little more by baiting out an attack in addition to that.
Where did this thing come from?
It should also be noted the reason why I put away my guns was so that I could draw my grenades faster. Because then I wouldn't have to wait for Leon to put away the gun before every time he tried to grab a grenade.
You have arrived at the bottom level.
So always unequip your guns before you do that fight. Oh, that rocket just went right over. We didn't claim any lucky feet, though. Also on hardcore, Mr. X always takes two. Shit! Always takes 2 rockets. And that is my current risky / magnumless route. Leon A, no save, no damage, hardcore run. Thank you very much for watching.
Can't believe I actually miss her.
Leon?
Hey. We made it.
Just like I said we would.
So if you enjoyed this run, and you wish to do so, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be uploading more Resident Evil No Damage stuff in the near future, as well as challenge runs and no damage runs of other games. Got quite a few things baking. Also be sure to follow my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/carcinogensda. That's where I record all of these runs live. That's where I do all my commentary and whatnot. If you would wish to make a financial contribution to my bad challenge run habit, you can do so on my Patreon at patreon.com/carcinogensda. I actually just did a soft reboot of my Patreon a little while ago. So as of the time of this recording, currently, for every month that the Patreon stays above $500 of pledges, I will be releasing a new Kill All run. That is to say, I will do a Kill All run in a Resident Evil game. I will commentate it, and I will upload it for everyone to see. And I mean everyone. You don't even have to be a patron to watch it. Think of it more as funding the project, so to speak. And I kind of wanted an excuse to put out more Kill All runs anyway, so I think this is a good way to kind of balance the workload while also being able to incentivize people to use Patreon and also be able to pay my YouTube manager every month. Because my YouTube manager is the person who allows me the time to be able to do the important parts of the video making. Shoutouts to him. Shoutouts to Eves. Thank you so much. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next video. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Final time, 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 19 seconds.